Hello, everybody, and welcome again, all you wonderful weed heads, to another brand new installment edition of Weed on Wrestling. I am, of course, your host, Weed, the host that tries to stay stoned the most, Weed, aka Alan. And here on Weed on Wrestling, we get high and discuss the finer points of everything WWE. And today is Monday. So, of course, that means that all we're going to talk about is that WWE Raw. That latest episode dropping here, what is today, the 13th, I believe, 3/13/2017. And oh, what a show it was. So let's just get right into it. I'm going to fire up this bowl. What do you say? We jump right in with how they kicked off the show. And yay. Fucking yay. The one thing that I bitch about the most on these shows, other than the commentary, is the fact that we have to sit through all these replays over and over and over and over again. Not only do we, have YouTube, where they're posting videos basically every single day about what's happening, that is the WWE. We have the network. We have the shows throughout the week, so it's not like we forget. We remember what the fuck happened a mere 7 days earlier. We don't need to open the show with a segment of what closed the show last week. We remember that. That's why we tune in each and every week, is because we want to find out the continuation of it. We don't want to be reminded right off the bat. I mean, how else are we as fans supposed to know what's going on if you don't fucking shove it down our perspective gullets every 5 goddamn minutes? And I know I'm getting angry early on in this podcast. Shit, I ain't even 5 minutes into it and I dropped my first GD word, and for that I apologize, but I'm pissed. It just bugs me to know that every week that I tune in, I'm gonna lose 2 hours to commercials. In a 3.5 hour show, about 2 hours worth is going to be commercials. Not just for their sponsors, but commercials for themselves as well. So yeah, going on into the show, Brock kicks it off, and, well, I should say Paul Heyman graced us all with his presence. And in my opinion, Paul Heyman is always epic on the mic. On that microphone, anything Paul Heyman does, I like. And it was nice of Paul to tell us that what we all knew, that Mr. Part-Time Champ Oldberg himself wasn't going to be there. So we might as well stop with the Oldberg chants and blah, blah, blah. More of the same horseshit hype about WrestleMania that none of us care about. It doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. And speaking of making sense, what exactly was the point of the opening segment? Yeah, we get to see Brock Lesnar, but he wasn't in action. We didn't get to see him wrestle or anything like that. We got to hear Paul Heyman talk. I mean, that's a good thing. Any day we get to hear Heyman talk, that's a good day. But I'm still left going, why, Raw? Why did we need this to kick off the show? We could have had another segment in there, a filler or a build-up or something to help storyline-wise. Instead, we're left there going, yeah, we already knew about this match. We already knew Goldberg and Lesnar are going to face at WrestleMania. There's nothing new here. And yeah, speaking of nothing new, we go right into it to the point where it was another shit segment of joys and clusterfucks that is Stephanie McMahon and Mick Foley. You can fuck rightly off with these segments. Yeah, now we have to suffer through and sit through somebody getting kayfabe fired. I mean, Foley is put to the task of finding the weakest member on the Raw roster. Why? Why? If the roster's already weak this close to how long ago the draft was, that just proves that you're weak at drafting. That makes you look inferior. I mean, we know you're losing the ratings to SmackDown Live. It's just making yourself look even worse. And the whole time going into it, I even have on my notes here that it's going to be either Foley or Stephanie that gets fired at the end of the night. Remember those words. It's going to be either Foley or Stephanie. We all know that if, that's a big fucking if, somebody gets fired, then in turn, they're going to turn around and sign with SmackDown Live. This mix and match kayfabe bullshit, pulling real aspects of reality out of thin air, and then creating entire fabrications of other people's lives. This mix and match grab bag of horse shit has to go. I mean, my 10-year-old nephew could write a better storyline than this that we have to watch, and he doesn't even fucking know the slightest idea as to what kayfabe really is. These fucking weak-ass writers for Raw right now, something's got to change. There's no flow to them. There's no continuation of story. There's no build-up, hype, emotional investment, anything like that. Every week we jump from a grab bag of matches that it seems like you just kind of threw names in a hat and drew them out. If you happen to draw out 3, it's a triple threat. If you drew out 4, it's a fatal 4-way or a tag team match for no fucking reason. Myself as a fan, I want to know more about the superstars that I'm supposed to cheer for. If you don't allow me to invest that emotional level onto them and project my own feelings onto that superstar, then I'm not going to watch anymore. It's sad when 205 Live, an hour show with half the competitors you have, literally probably a third of the competitors you have, is a better storytelling show. But that's just my opinion. We move on down the line. Sasha Banks versus Dana Brooke. Again, why? Fucking why? It's stupid bullshit ass squash match that we've seen dozens of times before. I guess then Charlotte Flair fires Dana as her protege. Good. It was a good change of pace. Dana actually attacking Charlotte physically. That's one way to flip the script on Dana's persona. She's still, in my opinion, a bottomless pit of suckage. But at least she's not attached to greatness now, bringing the greatness down. They brought Dana Brooke up way too soon from NXT. She could have had a title run or something like that, but they wasted the talent because she had big boobs and a fake smile. But yeah, I guess it was a middle-of-the-road segment. It kind of makes Charlotte look weaker going into WrestleMania. It could be a giant ruse, though. It could be all an elaborate plan put forth by Charlotte. Kind of a distraction like Y2J. Pull the wool over the sheep's eyes, and let them think that Dana Brooke is on their side going into WrestleMania, only to flip the script and prove that Dana Brooke is actually on Charlotte's side going into Mania. If that's the case, if that's the storyline that they're presenting, I can get behind that. But if it's I'm just going to cut loose of my protege 3 weeks before Mania, I don't like that. For no reason, I don't like that. You got to have logic behind your storytelling. But then again, what I want and what I think in WWE Universe, it doesn't fucking matter. There's no point to me getting angry and ranting about these things because it's not going to have an impact whatsoever. Vince McMahon's going to do what Vince McMahon wants to do. Alright, but yeah, moving on. I guess right after that, there was... I don't even know who won that match, but it doesn't even fucking matter. I think Sasha Banks won the match. I'm not 100% sure. It was a squash match, so I'm pretty sure she did. Yeah, and then continuing on with the show, it was kind of a down spot this week. Myself, I'm an Austin Aries fan. And fuck, we don't get Aries on the mic anymore. Austin Aries is gone from the commentary table. It's a sad day. It is good to have him back in the ring, but it is sad because now we have to suffer through Byron Saxton the whole fucking show. Ah, damn it. So, whenever they came out, you knew what time it was. It was time for the cruiserweights. Heels and face again in a do-nothing for anyone tag team match that's going to be cut short and way too short to get any real potential shown. This must mean that it's purple lights and purple rope time. It's cruiserweight action. Tag team match between TJ Perkins and Tozawa versus the Brian Kendrick and Minnie Neville, Tony Nese. It's same shit. Every fucking segment on every fucking show. Didn't we just watch this match within the last month? Like, we have seen this match within the last month. This exact tag team match. I have this feeling that we have. If we have it, just replace Rich Swann with TJ Perkins and Noam Dar instead of Tony Nese. Because I'm pretty sure that we've had to see and suffer through this match before. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me misguided or misinformation or anything like that. TJ Perkins, Tozawa, Brian Kendrick, Tony Nese, they are all talented. But why do we keep throwing them in tag team matches that mean absolutely nothing? And you wonder why the cruiserweights are failing? This is what happens without time. Time to get better. Time to mold a character, actually get in depth with the character. Time to do whatever it takes just to get to that next level that all these cruiserweights have the potential of being. They could be your next superstars in 10 to 15 years if they keep at it. Tozawa could be a superstar right now. Did you see the match with Perkins and Nakamura here a week ago? Nakamura coming back from injury. Perkins carried Nakamura. These guys have potential. You just gotta give them that time. Time to develop their personality and in-ring style and the way they react with the fans and interact with the fans. I don't know. It's just more of the same. Tag team matches that mean nothing and are over way too quick. It was actually kind of a shitfest of a match. Tozawa looks good as usual. Perkins looks just happy to be there. Nese looks like Neville, just not as appealing. Kendrick looks like a dumbass at all times. I don't know. I guess in that match, the regular tag team rules went out the window because they just basically allowed anybody to run in anytime they wanted to with no tags whatsoever. You didn't have to be holding the rope to tag yourself in. Logic, people. Logic. Oh, I kind of missed the ending. I guess Tony Nese pinned TJ Perkins. Whatever. Makes Nese look halfway strong moving into that fatal five-way, I guess. What's next on the docket roster, whatever? Oh yeah, that's right. More of the same old recycled fucking storyline. Owens versus Zayn, Owens versus Jericho. Throw in Joe in the mix, and all of a sudden we've just got our main event from basically the last couple weeks. Oh, shit. Who writes this non-climactic horse shit? It's week after week the same fucking things over and over and over and over again. Until we're left at a pay-per-view going, hey, oh yeah, I've seen this 900 fucking times, so why should I even watch the pay-per-view? The pay-per-view is supposed to be something that gets us excited, a match that we don't normally see. Instead, we're left with the same fucking matches we've seen week after week. Holy shit. But anyway, Owens went for it on the mic with the promos. I mean, the tears of Jericho, cry them out, man. That was a good little line. I admire the fact that he went for it. He's not known for his little rants, I guess. He's good on the mic, don't get me wrong, but he's no Jericho. You want to get into a verbal mix and match with Jericho, he's going to annihilate you. Anyway, left with the match. Nice job on Owens for actually going for it, though. I admire that. That was good. Owens and Samoa Joe versus Sami Zayn, Chris Jericho. I don't think Jericho has ever been more over with the fans than he is right now. It worries me personally that he's about to step away. I think personally that Jericho's about to be done. He's got too many things going on, too many balls up in the air, and he's trying to juggle